Greetings, everyone. Welcome. We're going to jump into a premiere draft of Strixhaven per chat's voting today. Landslide the other way today, going for the best of one experience. I'm down. We're going to try it out, see how it goes. Hopefully it goes better than my start this morning. I talked for a good 10 minutes or so before, maybe it's not 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, but a long time of not realizing that my mic source was screwed up and nobody could hear me. So talking away. Great television, unless you're not a lip reader, in which case, probably bad television. But we're going to do some good television coming up here on Draftin', try to figure out next steps of learning this format more and more. I'm getting more comfortable again, but also just accepting that this feels like it's just a pretty high variance format for me, and that's okay. I'm still having fun. I'm maybe not winning overall as much as I have in the past, but still enjoying the puzzle solving, and looking forward to solving some more puzzles with you. If you're going to solve the puzzle of Friday Night Magic back at your local game store coming up this summer, you're going to want to get some cards for that. I know where you get them. You get them from my sponsor, cardkingdom.com. They got everything you need for that. I don't know what you're playing. If you're going to be modern player, standard player, maybe they'll bring... You ever think historic will be a paper thing? Or is that just going to be only ever played on... Arena? I think they're just trying to I suppose, like, I don't know, there's probably people already out there who love historic so much that they've built the decks in paper and are playing them with their friends or something. Well, I mean historic is not arena only, Radiantware. It's simply a set of deck building rules, right? You and I could play historic across the tabletop if we wanted to. I'm not suggesting it's some popular thing. Yes, if you're inclined towards historic and you're in paper, you would just do Pioneer. But the thing is, Pioneer is like I do appreciate how, I'm not sure exactly how they're doing it, but I appreciate that Wizards is trying to make historic something different from modern or modern light. You know, just that Pioneer is not just modern light. Pioneer is not just modern with a bunch of the cards taken away. It's actually modern with a bunch of the cards taken away, but a bunch of other ones that modern doesn't have added, right? To try and give it a almost hybrid Pioneer, not vintage, but the other one, you know, like, so I just think it's everybody who falls in love with the format kind of wants to build their deck in paper. So I bet there's people with paper historic decks out there. Anyway, whatever, I'm getting off track. The point is, if you play Constructed, check out my sponsor via my affiliate links. Support them and you support me, right? Thanks. Thanks, Card Kingdom. Thanks, everybody. Let's keep paying for gems as long as we got a good store of them. And see how this goes here. Well, Bloodgate says historic would probably be too confusing paper since it's not just sets A through Z. The thing with, as soon as you have graduated from Magic is a game that uses these cards, and I'm in the wrong place, I might be here. Magic is a game that uses these cards, and you put them into a deck, right? Like most people, everybody starts out as a vintage player, right? It's just Magic. You're just using all the cards, whatever you have. But as soon as you get to the point where you even know what a format is and you are in the conversation about whether, you know, standard, then those little details don't really matter, because at that point you're over the wall and now you're going to look it up. You're going to study deck build, you're going to net deck, you're going to, like, it doesn't matter what the list of legal cards is. Once you're over that wall, you're going to look it up yourself. But certainly for communicating, having things like this set forward is a nice handy metric. This is a really bad opening pack, huh? Summoning? Yeah, like I'm like, what's the thing I'm happy about here? Like, this rare's not very good. We can take Grape Shot. Like, it's probably either Grape Shot or Summoning. Summoning goes in more decks. It's white or black. But yeah, I mean, Grape Shot is just a decent removal spell. But I'll take Summoning. And we have a follow-up Environmental Sciences. If we want to start with the security of knowing we can fix our mana, we can do that. There's also 2 removal spells worth calling out, or 3. Expel, Tendrils, and Onslaught. if I were to take a removal spell here, I'm taking Tendrils. It is cheapest, and it's a punch, not a fight, so you don't need to have necessarily huge high power to avoid a some kind of blowout. So I'm on Tendrils or Sciences. I've got Sciences selected. Radiant Rare likes Onslaught. This might be the better, like, I guess if I'm taking I would take Onslaught over Expel. But I think I'm on Sciences to keep us super open, and we'll listen to the table. A lot of good one-for-one removal there, but we can take the colorless spell and actually try and listen to the table a bit. And now we see a lot of Witherbloom. This pack is like mostly Witherbloom. Not that it's good cards in Witherbloom per se, but it's worth noting how heavy it is in that. I think Apprentice is reasonable. Spectre is also reasonable. Spectre is monocolored, so we could take that and be more open, but I think Witherbloom Apprentice is the best card here. That's the real tension. If it was just pick the most powerful card, it would be an easy Apprentice, but this is the more flexible card. That being said, with the openness of Witherbloom here, I'm a little worried that like this is so heavy Witherbloom that the rest of the table starts picking it up, but nothing else here is just amazing. Like, this is kind of whatever, a lot of whatever here. I'm going to take the Apprentice as stronger enough in the abstract over the Spectre to hedge, to consider it. You like this, the Pest Summoning? That's fair. I think you can get Pest Summoning a little later. And now we got this Prismari pack. It's funny, we went from an all Witherbloom pack to an all Prismari pack. We could take the Quandrix Apprentice as another gold sign and see which direction to head, but also Overgrown Arch is good, and it really works in Witherbloom. But it's narrow. Like this, if we're truly trying to stay open, we can take the Apprentice and see. So I think I will take it. I think this is strong enough that we should just take it and see. And heck, we might be Sultai. Like, we do have the 3-color Environmental Sciences tool. And this allows us to continue to ask the table what the heck is up. And now we see we've got a Pledge Mage, Witherbloom Pledge Mage, or just a Fractal Summoning. Looks like we're going to end up in green regardless. And Fractal Summoning could slide in nicely there. But also, if we're green regardless, the 5/5 is going to play in any deck. I'm going to take the Pledge Mage. I do like having a Fractal Summoning in a board that can cast it, but I don't need to prioritize it here, I don't think. We just want to get one before the end of the draft if we can. And if we don't, that's okay. I would, it's more important to me to get that 4/4 for 5. Yeah, Study Break also great, but we're nowhere near it. I feel like we're base green, and as much as people would like me to see, me draft Luis's Selesnya Special, I'm not looking for it. Here's the Elemental Summoning I was talking about, if we ended up Quandrix. But Professor is good, and also Ether Helix is good. If we just wanted to move in more towards the Apprentice, but this keeps us open. Can be in Quandrix or Witherbloom with a Prof. So yeah, I'm with you. We'll take the Prof. Here's that Fractal Summoning we can grab. Also Test of Talents, Vortex Runner. Completely reasonable. Maybe I should just take a Vortex Runner over Summoning, but I do like one. I do want one of these. I'm going to take it. Here's a Vortex Runner we could grab. Letter of Acceptance for big mana Sultai is actually nice. What do you think? Letter, Runner, Opt, or Tend the Pests? Yeah, Infuse with Vitality. Sorry, that would probably be better, right? Yeah, maybe we should just take that as a sign and bank back towards Witherbloom. I think Infuse is better than Tend. You think? Do you like 10 better? I'm on Infuse. I'm going to take Infuse. Now we get a Deadly Brew. We're back around to our first pick that we didn't like much anyway. Yeah, I just felt Infuse was more broadly applicable, right? But we could take a Deadly Brew. And we could take Plum. Yeah, I want to take Plum. I've never really done the Plum combo. Let's try it. Yeah, maybe we'll do in a Plum combo. I'm in. There was a... Oh, wow. Hello. What? What? All right. When Onslaught wheels, you have a lane. And this is the other card we were considering taking out of this pack. We found our lane, gang. I'm going to move this out, but it could come back. We could end up playing it, I suppose. Groff is actually... this is the type of deck for it. With Plum the Forbidden and a late Groff, we can really move in on the Pest plan here. See if we can make it work. I mean, Groff is just generally playable, I think. A 5-4 for 5 is fine, but it seems actively good in this deck, right? Well, Deadly Vanity is a heck of a top end for this deck. We're not really on Glyph Weaver, but we could put a Plains in the deck so we could fetch it with our Searcher. But we could also just take like a Mage Duel or a Symmetrist, or even an Expanded Anatomy. What do you think? Are you on Symmetrist, 8 mana sorcery, or removal? No Learn is a good point, but I mean, what's your... It's a good point, but I mean, I don't know what to do about it here. We can just keep it in mind. Yeah, so far we have one symmetrical creature, but a 4/4 for 4 that gives itself trample and has reach is fine in the abstract. And then if it gets some help, that's even better. Yeah, the secret reach is real. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to take the Symmetrist. Quill. Well, maybe we'll wheel the Ingredient or the Eliminate. If we wheel the Eliminate, geez. But we're going to take the Quill and hope to wheel Poet or Ingredient. Closing Statement is a worthy pickup here. Unwilling Ingredient number 2 comes around here, but I think I'm going to let that go. We do have the Splash tool in the Environmental Sciences, so we're going to take the nice removal spell and look to splash it. DJ was saying if Eliminate comes back, I'm quitting Magic, right? But I stopped short because we did have... I mean, Mage Hunter's Onslaught came back 10th or something, and that's ridiculous. So who knows what this table is thinking or up to or whatever. I'm not going to guess anymore. I'm going to take this Lash, though. I know about that. Containment Breach. Inkling Summoning is... we already have one of those. I'm going to take Containment Breach as another nice lesson option. Although, as observed, we don't have much Learn now. Rock Solid 2 for sure, but I'm still taking the Breach. Agonizing Remorse is fine for us, but there's another Lash. What do you think about that? I don't think I want Crushing Disappointment. I'd play a Crushing Disappointment. Might even splash an Owl if we're already going to splash the white. Reflective Golem is not really doing much for us here. And I'm with you. I saw Remorse first and was like, oh yeah, that's totally playable, but 2 Lashes is good. We're going to take Lash. And I want to look for these Poets to come around. I want those Poets in our deck later. Here's a 3rd Lash. The other, but we have this is a much worse 2. Much worse. We would much rather have the Squirrel. But maybe I just want a 3rd Lash even. Silverquill Punchess is a bit signally. I think we're a little too deep in the green to do that. But maybe not. I'm still going to take the Lash. I'm going to take the Lash, but I hear your point. Like, here's a Study Break that's really late. We've got a Silverquill Pledge Mage. So, but we also have just a Witherbloom Campus. This is an interesting spot. Like, it's clear that black is wide open, and then green and white are a little bit open. So I'm going to take the land, and then we can see. Because I suppose even if we end up heavier white than we are right now, we would really want that land, so we could splash. Big play, or just letter. We're not really doing big things. I like letter in the big mana decks. But yeah, right now with like triple lash, I tend to want to be aggressive with lash because it clears away those early blockers. I guess I took a letter on timeout, but I don't think I want to play it. Was that our first 3-drop? That's weird. But here, the Poets is what I'm looking for. The late pillar drop Rescuer also continues to suggest white would be a fine plan, but easy Poet for us there. And then the ingredients coming back. Campus, also interesting since it would help the closing statement, but I pass these ingredients expecting them back, and I want them. I get it, I like Campus too, but I'm going for an ingredient here. That's my pick. Take an uncommon for Vault Progress. I guess I could take Square Up, but I'm never playing it. Yeah, Shield Mage. Someone saying they wouldn't splash this. I mean, it depends. Like, over what? The question is always over what. And if we were at a place where we did not like our playables and we felt we were underpowered, you could absolutely splash that and not be embarrassed. But I agree that it's not like some priority. What is this rare? It's on color rare. Instant. Choose target creature. When that creature dies this turn, search your library for a creature with lesser mana value. Put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Feels like too much setup. Like you can't sit around holding up 2 mana for this all day. Like every turn you hold this up and don't cast it, you've spent an extra 2 on it. I'm gonna go Colony. Yeah, I got 7 seconds here. Pest Summoning, although first Pest Summoning is important. Yeah, I think actually with our deck I'm gonna take the Pest Summoning. We don't have one yet, right? I really want to make sure, I didn't want to end up with this draft without one of these. Umbral Juke. Maybe just Rise here so we make sure we have our some learn going on. I like the Juke, but we need to get some actual learn. And we're going to continue to look for some of the common Witherbloom stuff. I just feel like it hasn't been in the packs. Black has been so wide open. We just need to see some of it show up in the packs. Yeah, no field trips, no... it'll come. Here you go. You'll see. We'll be getting some learn coming up here. Mage Hunter's Onslaught, though, is fine here. Would like to get one of those card draws. I've passed a couple of them, the 4-mana card draw, but this seems like it would be good to have. We do have another Pest Summoning. We take the commons to help all the mana, and we take Pledge Mage to trigger. I just love the Pledge Mage in general. Veil is totally playable as well, but I think I try and wheel that. You like the Golem? I don't... You really want to be doing the thing, and we're not really doing the thing, are we? I mean, I guess I'm going to actually put it on... Oops, on Pledge Mage. I think I want it on Pledge Mage right now. Yeah, I'm going to take it. It was my initial instinct, and nothing happened for me to change it that much. Oh, wow. I saw Brackish Trudge and got happy, because this is going to be great in our deck, but I do think we just need a field trip or an emergence sequence. We are just... we have so little learn, we just need to suck it up and prioritize it. It's a tough call, but only because it's normally you don't want to do this. Normally you just want the trudge, but we just don't have the learn, and we're in middle of pack 3. We got to take it. And on that front, we could take a learn spell, but I just want another onslaught. Yay, hunt for specimens. Wouldn't mind another campus, but hunt is exactly what I was hoping to see. Village Rites, unwilling ingredient. Tend the pests, though. think we can take Tend. Better than Village Rites in the deck. Hey, Crushing Disappointment. I was hoping to get one of these. Duress would be okay. Tangle Trap if we were best of 3, but a Crushing Disappointment with our level of removal is good. I like card draw when you've got high removal count, and we do. Not playing any of this, though. Might not even bother with the white. Like, I think we probably don't need to splash Closing Statement because of all the onslaughts we got. You take Start from Scratch because I'm not playing any of these, and if we play Letter of Acceptance, we could justify, and, you know, Archway Commons, for example. I don't think we're doing it, though, right? We don't really need... I don't think we really need this or this. I'll take the Campus, but right now I'm not playing it. I don't think we're doing 3-color to that point. Wow, Burying Books is late. Prismari Campus. All right, weird draft. Felt like we found a lane, but then it didn't really pay us off. Like there was, I mean, it kind of did. We got super late removal, but we didn't really just like get hyper paid off from how open it seemed. Like with the way Pack 1 went, I thought we were going to get a major hookup, to be honest. I thought we were going to have a sicko deck by the end. Instead, we have a decent one, a good one, solid one. You know, I don't know, we can 7-win this maybe, I don't know, but it's not as good as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, I think somebody else saw the onslaughts going around and said, "I guess I gotta get in there." And look, we barely have cuts. Yeah, the letter was only really in because of expecting... Like, I like letter if you're 3-color and have multiple 5+ drops. But look, we've got 1 5-drop, 1 6-drop, and we're 2-color. So yeah, we can cut the letter, and then we're kind of there. This is a little awkward, but here, I'll make you feel better about our lack of 3s. We just put the lashes there. A lot of our turn 3s, if we can help it, are going to be a second 2-drop after we did our first on turn 2, plus lashing away their 2-drop and attacking, which is really powerful. This is why I like Lash if you can be aggressive. Lash, if you're going super, super late, can lose its luster, but 2-drop on 2 into 2-drop plus Lash on 3 is devastating. Yeah, that's true. We have learns on 2 that let us curve into stuff on 3 also. So we'll actually be tapping out for 3 mana on 3 more often than I think it looks from the initial pile. Let's look at our counts. Yeah, we're very creature light, but I mean, this is this removal heavy deck, right? So we're going to try and learn our way to summoning spells and get there that way. I don't know what to think of this thing. Bloom, flowers, wither. Yeah, summonings means we're not 9, but we basically you can bump this for every learn spell we have, so we have more like 12. Yeah, there's some things that give us creatures, but you know we are definitely low on the creature count relative to most decks. No, I don't think I want to... I don't think we need to bring in Statement. We got Rise, we've got 3 Onslaughts, and 3 Lashes, and even some things like Infuse with Vitality. Like, interacting with our opponent's stuff just does not seem like a problem, so I don't want to splash to try and fix a problem we don't have. I like the reference to Slaughterhouse 5. It's one of my favorite books, but I don't know where the slaughter is coming in. Do I have something that says slaughter on it? Where's this? Why Slaughterhouse? Oh, just because so much removal. And we have double 3s on removal. Okay. Oh, I see. I'm with you now. I found your... I got it. All right. Now that you've explained it, I'm in. Because I love that book. Read Slaughterhouse 5. Billy Pilgrim has come unstuck in time, and you need to know about it. All right. No bling redemption. I'll make some choices. I should read Cat's Cradle. As much as I have enjoyed like all of the Vonnegut I've ever read, I have not read all the Vonnegut, and Cat's Cradle is one of the ones I have not read. I should put more Vonnegut on my list. That man can write. I'm gonna go with Soul Ring. Never do Soul Ring. And we better put Onslaught as the card, and 8 and 8 seems correct on land, and I will choose something. I wish there was just a full art land button. I always choose full art, so just give me full art options. Pokemana. I want to buy the. I think foil Pokemon lands are underpriced right now. I should go buy a ton of these. Yeah, favorite is what should have Metalia. I've called out that as, come on. Like, if they give us so many basics, which is fun, which is great. It's one of Magic's advantages. I mean, you have the mana system and all of its problems. But one of the benefits of the mana system is that that people get to express themselves creatively via their land choices in a way that other games don't get. But if you're going to leverage that strength that your game has, you got to give us the tools to do it. Like, come on. Don't give me 700 land choices and then crappy UI to choose from them. Come on! Well, we're going to keep this despite the Pledge Mage being far off because we have Hunt for Specimens on 2 at least. And Oppo going first, we could end up casting Pledge Mage on 3 with the way Magic can go. There you go, see? That's how it begins. That's an interesting AMA, David. I was part of the exploratory process of establishing what foils would be on Arena. Just Lola, that's funny. It's not Lola, is it? Is it Luca? Am I playing Luca? That would be amazing. And then, oh, it is great. Let's get him. What are we getting, by the way? I guess we get a summoning or Inkling. Let's get some of our summoning for sure. Apprentice is Scurry, but I'm going to get Inkling. I thought Lola played exclusively best of 3. Is he given into chat's demands? Oh, sure. Okay, well, there you go. Thanks for checking in, Spadone. I wanted to make sure we were on the page there. Oop, you get ourselves a chill meme, too.
All right, everyone.
Look, we do get a turn 3... Pledge Mage, which I do want to do because then the rest of our hand starts pumping this up. Almost want to block the Apprentice. That wouldn't be a bad trade, but with Lola having mana open, I don't trust it. Really, I'd like to see Lola tap out. Well, okay, that's... I was like, I want to see Lola tap out so we could try the Onslaught, but now we have... and now it's a little annoying that we have this summoning because we can't do it literally all. But we can attempt to lash the Apprentice and see how it goes, which is probably poorly. And then, yeah, we could just bear, but I don't want this Apprentice around if it can be killed. And we do have, we can hold Infuse up for our Pledge Mage with this play. So I'm going to try to take out the Apprentice and see what happens. I don't think this works, but let's see. Swing number 1. Ooh, maybe it does. Still pausing, but they're looking for a learn. All right, we got it. That's a nice thing to get dead. And I like having the Infuse up if they go for something. Although with green, it tends not to be Infuse. You really tend to save it with Infuse unless you're getting it tangled in combat. But if Lola goes for a big 5-mana single spell, that's good for us. We've got the Onslaught for that. And we're closing in on Rise as well. If we had more black, you could even make a case for continuing to hold up the Infuse with the Inkling summoning, but I'm just going to Onslaught the 4/4 and try to catch up in this race. This is a really great card. I mean, it was our second pick, I think, right? Or third pick. Great reset from Lola. Setting our Pledge Mage back. But we've got things to do here. I like Pledge Mage Inkling over Professor Hold Up Infuse. That Apprentice, all that open mana, super suspicious. I'm smelling like Buried in Books. Feels like it could be a possibility here. But I'm going to, well, and he kept Trickster back. You could make a case for Infuse does not work well with tokens since they can't come back. But we could just try and Rise the Trickster, see how that goes. But I also like just Disappointment, hold up Infuse for our Pledge Mage, and just try and get in, and go ahead and trade Inkling for Frost Trickster if he wants it. And yeah, it could be Subtraction, but with this, it's all fine to me. I think we just go ahead and send in, knowing that we have Infuse backup here. And if they go Subtraction to win combat with our Inkling, we just tip the cap and say that's okay. That's going to be okay. That is a dictionary punt there, DJ. There's the Subtraction that was predicted. But this is going to work out for us. We have 2 instants. We're going to be able to get our Pledge Mage up to 1 point of power, and it will have Death Touch, and it will come back. So if they go for a double block kill, we can get it. We only get 1 of them. Let's try and take out the Pledge Mage, or the Apprentice here. I'm going to start with the Infuse in case they've got a mana leak style counter. All right, that worked out great for us. Wasn't sure how exactly that was going to go, but that was ideal. Frosty!
All right, everyone, chill.
How to do this? How about, yeah, I gotta get there. Gotta get across the finish line here. Facing a couple of flyers in the air. We have one to block here at least. We're not dead to these flyers. I'm just figuring I might just take a turn here to go Professor and Groff off of one of the pests and just really get a heck of a lineup ahead of next turn where we have Rise. You want to tend? Yeah, we could also do that. We could hold up. We could do Prof Tend, but I also just feel like, you know, this is gonna be a good attacker too. I am going to do my plan of certainly Prof. And then it's an interesting question. Groff it up or pest it up? I think there's arguments for both, but I think just getting wide with Groff as opposed to pests is fine. We're wide enough here that this stuff is going to really come through, I think. I'm going to do it this way. But close one. Yeah, then we have Tend as backup plan, right? And we've got several things that tend well. It's going to be tough to 3-spell or 2-spell unless we just want to do Field Trip 10, but that doesn't seem right. We're probably just rising something. Get more summoning, maybe get the big summoning. Containment Breach is not doing anything on this board. Nice to have it in the board, though. What?
All right, everyone, chill.
All right, I'm going to take out the 4/4 try. I don't know what their final card is or what his final card is here, but we're going to go for the Rise over the Tending anything and just send in and see what he wants to do. This is where if we had the ability to make red, we could consider pinging to the face or whatever, but nah, we'll just get fractal summoning over pest summoning, although I'm going to get fractal. More pests is fine. 2 life science is not a bad choice either. Do we leave this back? No, it's kind of like if you want to eat the pest, that's fine. I don't mind the life anyway. I'm going to do this. Think we got him? We got him. Tell him good game for me. I'd like the 2K and the bragging rights. I don't think I have any shout-outs set up. I should do that. I don't think I have shout-outs set up. That'd be a good one. Oh, no, it does work. Okay, gotcha. Is that a default one, or did you put that in, Hat? I know I never set that up. Maybe that's just part of the bot. All right, keeping this. Don't think we're going to have anything to lash on one, but I don't know. I guess there's maybe one drop, so I would fire this off upon. Poet's Quill is going to get us an Inkling. Hunt for Specimens sets us up for more summonings, but we're going to just go with summoning, Inkling summoning, and then hook up the Quill and cast Hunt for Specimens next turn. Equip and cast is my next play, unless we get good removal targets. We got a big removal spell and a couple of small ones, so we could also go Lash and something else. Boo Earns! Gonna get us... Oh, they don't have the red yet. Okay. Well, let me tell you, buddy. You're not going to be pinging this thing. I'm going to move the Quill onto it, and then play Lash on the Pledge Mage. Oh, right, they're going to destroy the Quill. I was just thinking of the 1 damage, right? But that's cool. We still at least get some... Point is, they don't get my Inkling, dang it. Or maybe they don't even get our Quill if they don't find a... red source. Be fine with me if they don't. Let's not be hasty, Ryan. What are you doing here? We could go... if we Lash, it doesn't kill it. I guess I'm overthinking. We should just Onslaught and attack. That's fine. But, you know, when you have Learn, you got to at least think about it, right? Because you could go Learn. I mean, we could Learn Environmental Sciences and Lash. That kind, you know, there's all sorts of stuff you can do with Learn. So you gotta figure it out. Yeah, we could trade, Learn, Summon. But now we have Onslaught and Hunt, so I'm just going to do that. We're going to do it again. Oh, we don't have Onslaught and Hunt, right, because we don't have enough black. So we could Hunt and let's see what other things we have to consider. I don't think we have anything that buffs our creature or anything, so we're just getting more summonings or land. I think we do still do it again. I'm just sad we can't Hunt here. Mike likes saving for a bigger target. Yeah, maybe I'm using my premium removal on smaller stuff, but it feels like they're trying to solve the air problem they have with flyers, and so I'm willing to just keep eliminating those flyers that are in the way. Although I don't know if we need to Lash here. We get through no matter what. Or we don't, I mean, they can chump, basically, if they want, so that's fine. We'll let them chump if they want. And we can keep the Lash up. And still Hunt, and I like... Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, we do have it. So we can go Hunt, Pests, and keep up Lash, or we can Hunt, Well, anyway, we're going to hunt and see what we want to get. We have 5 mana if we want to do something now. We could also just get Fractal Summoning and wait until next turn and hold up the Lash. Or we can Pest Summoning and play the Pests now. But yeah, I kind of like getting the Fractal Summoning and hold. Thank you for that sub. New Brew with 6 months. Very kind. Thanks for hanging. Oppo really color screwed here, it would seem. Access Tunnel not helping them out. Maybe this would have been their mountain. This is the cost of these types of lands. And don't need to let him cycle through with Pilgrim, but I think we should just Lash the Spirit here. Pledge Mage. You can make a case for leading with this and coming around on this, but I'm just on 5/5 after we attack. They have a whole sequence here where they can spend 6, bring it back, replay it, and chump. But if that's their plan, we're in a great spot. I'm going to go for the biggest threat here, make a 5/5. There's their red. Probably we lose the Quill here, maybe? They can kill the Quill and play a Chumper. You know, it looks like they were just waiting for their red. Let's see if they can re-enter the game off of that. Oppo in the tank, usually a good sign. What do you think they're planning? I mean, we only know, the only thing we don't know is these other 2 cards. It feels like their only plan is hit the Quill and do some chumping and hope it works out. Looks like that's what they're doing. We're going to attack and then play both our things. Could just play the ingredient and then a single piece of removal or a single chump doesn't actually get it done, but we can save the Pledge Mage in case of a random Wrath. I'm not going to hold the ingredient, also because if they do randomly Wrath, we're fine with the ingredient dying. So we play the ingredient, but hold the Pledge Mage. Mike wanted to get him with the Lash play mid-combat. Or pre-combat, but basically make them spend their mana differently. That's fair. Well, in the tank too long to have a Wrath in their hand, but I mean top of the deck. When you're in this commanding of a position, you start to ask yourself, well, how do I randomly lose this? Because it looks like I'm running away with this game. Looks like we got this in the bag. What happens in the world where we don't have this in the bag and we lose? Oh, well, it means they top-decked a Wrath. Okay, well, if that's the way we lose, how do we play around a top-decked Wrath? Well, in this case, we saved a creature to deploy after, but we deployed one that still kept the clock lethal if they only had one blocker. or one piece of removal, right? So, but they did have removal plus blocker, so they had just enough to keep going here. But this is fine. We're gonna Pledge Mage. We have Infuse. We don't even need the Infuse right now. Is this? Yeah, this doesn't add power or anything though. So they're gonna block, and we'll just hold up Infuse, and then it's gonna be very tough for them to win. Even if they do have a Wrath, the Infuse keeps us GGing through a Wrath even. So I think this is ours now. You should feel great when you start playing around the possibility of a Wrath somewhere in their deck, because that means you're now at the point where you feel like you're winning, and Oppo is trying to find a way to not lose. And coming up with another one. Looks like they're going to survive another turn here with the top-decked Pillar Drop Rescuer to recover, well, something, to then replay and have 2 blockers. Yeah, Oppo is doing everything they can. And if they have a Wrath they're playing to, maybe they find it. But again, this Infuse is going to make even that tough. Although we'll probably have to use the Infuse to save the Pledge Mage, because now they have decent blocks on Pledge Mage. Let's see what we draw, though. Field Trip. Yeah, let's do that, and then we might not need the Infuse this turn. I'd like to keep the Infuse for the possible Wrath. Where is it? There it is.
I'll turn this damn bus around. That'll end your precious little field trip pretty damn quick, huh?
We can't cast this, though. Yeah, we just get more pests. But I don't want to cast it. I want to save Infuse. And we swing away now. Chump, chump. And they got another turn to try and figure it out. This isn't England. You can call them cute little buggers. And if you're from England, you can chuckle. I thought this was PG-13. Bugger, 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 bugger. I love it when normal English words, American English words, are curse words elsewhere. Fanny's a little bugger. Yeah, I'm not going to appear on the BBC anytime soon, I guess. All right, would love a 2, but we're keeping this. We have Lash to protect and a Field Trip on 3 into Symmetrist on 4. Love it. Well, I guess I'll play the Swamp. I don't know if can you name a 1-drop that you would Lash on 1 in the set? I'm not sure. Maybe there's something rare or something, but I can't think of any 1-drop. Like I know there's that the model student or whatever pupil, but I don't think that's something I would. I might Lash it because it would eliminate its ability to move the counters. Yeah, Black Dean is a good one. Yeah, I would do that. There you go. That's a good reason. But Lash doing its thing here. Love it. Yeah, Lumimancer I might. I suppose if you've put a Lumimancer in your deck, I'm going to assume you know what you're doing and that I should kill it.
I'll turn this damn bus
Now
around.
then, we only have the
That'll
one
end your
black, which is
breath.
unfortunate, but I
You'll
don't
drip
want to
pretty
get environmental
damn
sciences.
quick,
I
huh?
don't think, like, feels like we're kind of flooded. I don't want to get more environmental sciences. I think we should get summoning because we're flooded, or the fractal summoning or the pest summoning is where I'm at. Fractal summoning works with the symmetrist. I'm going to get that, and then just do a big fractal summoning since we're... As long as we're flooding a little bit, may as well get the X summoning, right? Yeah, it thins the deck, but I like this better. Would you have gotten are you getting the environmental sciences, Radiantware, or are you just puzzling out the options? Symmetrist here. Don't have Tend the Pests to hold up, but I'm not going to, like, not play my stuff. I don't know if we have any other Magecraft. Let's see. We have Witherbloom Pledge Mage for some life gain, but, you know, it's pretty minor as far as the Magecraft goes. And we do have Witherbloom Apprentice as well. So we got a couple. 3 total is what I see. You may find this surprising, but I am not going to block that. The Sex Pistols themselves answered the calls. I mean, come on, you're a British punk band and you name your album Nevermind the Bollocks. Wow. They were certainly a band of their time. Maybe we do go ahead and get a... I mean, we got to cast this eventually. Jeez. You just want to make a 5-5? I suppose we can make a 5-5 here. But is it a 5-5? Wait, why is it a 5? It would just be a 4-4, right? Let's start with an attack, though. Yeah, I have land in hand, but it's not black, is the point. But I'm going to go with another... I think another 4-4 is fine here. It beats both of these. I'm doing it. I'll do the Mike line. Mike says, Hunt Sciences hold up Tend. Yeah, we'll do that next turn, or unless we draw something else. But I was fine on this board getting a 4-4 down, and especially with the removal behind that we can start using. Provolone wanted to wait. You wanted a bigger fractal, Provolone? It's reasonable. But also looks like Oppo is stuck on land, so just trying to get beef down to pressure with. Continue to decline to make these any blocks here. I'll start blocking when I have 10 the pests ready. Pledge Mage holding up Tend is pretty cool here. I think I'm going to skip Hunt for now. This changes the plan, right? I can just play this and hold up Tend, and we're in a pretty nice spot. Could have even gone Hunt, get Swamp, I guess, and still have had it all. Maybe I didn't think that through right. I thought we had 1 less mana. I thought we were on 5, I guess. But I could have gone Hunt, hunt for 2, get a land, then we have 5, then we still have Pledge Mage. Yeah, so I should have done it that way, but maybe we'll end up learning something else and it'll be fine in the long run. But I miscounted my mana. I should have done it to... yeah, I have to spend 2, right? But so we had 6 mana. I haven't played a land yet. So we spend these 2 on the Sciences, play the land, and we have 5 total mana left. We go 3 on the Pledge Mage and still have 10 up. Doesn't? Oh, because I still... Yeah. Sorry, I gotta... still I gotta spend too much. Okay, so then it is fine. Yeah, I would have spent 4. I overcharged myself, so we're actually good. I mean, I knew it was perfectly played all along. I was testing you, Chad, and you passed. Good work. Yeah, you don't want to tend the Pledge Mage, but I'm figuring if they have removal, they'll go for something like the Symmetrist, so that's why I was holding this up. But you're right, Mike. We could have just hunted there, and that would have been fine. And look, we did find ourselves a natural swamp, so it all worked out, and we get to go get something else with our hunt. And we could Mage Hunter if we want, but I like that we have Hunt plus Tend. So let's hunt first, grow this, and then... maybe cast something else for 3. Let's go get Pests. See, we hunt, we get Pests, and then we get the Pledge Mage to a 4/4, and we still have Tend. I'm gonna not use the removal here because of all their open mana. I mean, they've been stuck on mana all game, and then they get their 4th mana and they don't do anything. I'm not buying it. I'm gonna have my Tend the Pests up. Let's see. Where I want them to not like block the Pledge Mage. Like basically, if what do we want to tend? The ideal thing to tend is the token, right? So ideally, they block the token in a way that causes us to tend that. Because yeah, this is what I was expecting. We've seen some sort of trick from them the whole time that had them attacking into stuff like this. So, but they probably block the Pledge Mage, in which case that's the one we want them to. That's the thing we want to tend least. But it would still be okay. Maybe the Symmetrist is what we want to tend least, since it's giving trample to our big stuff. Yeah, so we can also just accept this. I don't see the need. I'm just gonna go ahead and because we can get the 2 points of trample in. I don't think there's any reason to tend this. We would accept this if it happens. So I'm gonna just say next. Yeah, it's true. But there we go. See, now we can get Pesty here. Did I misplay it? Maybe there was a better sequence there, but hopefully we can get there on the onslaught. Extra blocks. Maybe they'll get 3 more pests, or 2 more pests. I think they'll do here. It's not going to go well for them, though, because Mage Hunters, I hope they do. I hope they get 2 more pests. Oh, that's even better because they can't cast anything off that this turn. But onslaughting the biggest thing and then making him take damage for our blocks is going to be close to GG. Just noticed my buddy letting me know an hour ago that my mic was off. My mic was on. My mic was on. All right, so we're gonna take out the Servant, and then yeah, we can even get a Groff after combat. I don't think this is gonna. This might be GG. I guess we maybe should take out the Amplimancer. This could pump, but if they need to spend their whole turn pumping, we win. So I'm just gonna do this. I want them to. Great. Hold up 5 mana to pump your 2/2. I love it. Yeah, infuse is a good point. Yeah. That's fair. Or that. Now, Pablo has a good point. It wasn't about what would be best survived. It's about the fresh ETB of the life gain. That's a good point, Pablo. Yeah, that's fine, and we're still going to swing away. I mean, they take 3 on the blocks, and then there's 4 getting in behind. So this needs, they still need something in the hand, or this is lethal. Yeah, like that's not enough. That doesn't do anything. Oppo did a pretty good job of hanging tough there, though. That was our, what, 10th pick Onslaught or something like that? Pick 10, pick 11 Onslaught? I mean, we got 3 of them, so maybe that wasn't our pick 11 Onslaught, but we got one. I owe you a million memes. I should have given you... I forgot we have Inkling Summoning. That's a good one, too. I owe you like 3 of these.
Oh, you guys made me eat.
We at least had 1 Combat Professor cast.
Welcome, Professor.
You're the pop quiz.
Good afternoon, Dr. Jones.
That's Professor Snape.
Give me some skin, bruh.
Nice opener. Witherbloom on 2. With a Lash ready on 3. Although we really want more black. You know, if you only have 1 black source, Lash takes all your mana effectively. But fine to do that in the face of this Apprentice. Well, I'm gonna send in, hope they block. Gives us something to do anyway. Not the best use of this card or anything, but it let us use some mana this turn instead of doing nothing, right? We could plumb, I suppose, but I don't want to do that. Our deck is sputtering a little bit here this game. Just stuck on mana in a way that's hurting us. Mike says plum for land. It's an instant, though, so let's... if we're going to do that, let's block and do it. Although Mike wants to do it now so that we can play our land this turn. That's fair. Oh, you're saying don't even draw 2, just draw a card and lose a life. That's fair. I was thinking that I was... You may sack. Got it, got it. Okay. Yeah, okay. Let's do it then. I've never played this card before, so... a little new for me. Yeah, it looks like it's important because we weren't going to draw a land there, so now maybe we find a basic off the top and can do some business on 4. Nice sleeves, Spectre. I know Mama likes those. All right. Whew. Aerialist is a lot of pressure up top, but we have a pretty high life total. We don't have to play the Spectre and try to trade. We could go Zoomancy and try to give us something to trade on the ground instead. I think I start there and look to trade prof for prof as needed. And here, I'll give it to you again.
Welcome, Professor.
Pop quiz.
Good afternoon, Dr. Jones.
That's Professor Snape.
Give me some skin, bruv.
All right. They're not attacking on the ground, suggesting they don't have significant tricks. Like if you have something like the Infuse, obviously you're going to ship in Professor. Now they're not playing black, but my point is, you know, if they have something cool to save the prop, they would have sent that in. They didn't, so that gives us some information there. And I like going with Spectre again, just putting something up in the air. Since they're not showing combat tricks that are emboldening them to attack into our ground stuff, let's play a thing that can at least trade in the air. And see if we can stabilize from here. Because we have some good expensive spells. If we find our land, we can kill anything and chump something. So I think we're okay. After a stumble on mana early, we can pull out of this. But it depends on how this turn goes. If they have removal for the Spectre, we could just end up losing to a flyer. But I guess at that point, because yeah, this takes mana, and we actually don't have the mana to kill the Aerialist yet.
Study hard, and one day you may.
We had Kasmina the other day. I found her quite medium, although this is a pretty dense board, which is the perfect place for her to land. It's going to give Oppo some time to pump up the loyalty. Potentially, but we do have a Planeswalker on the Onslaught, so we can also just take it out if we're really worried about it. And since we drew another one, we could, if we just want to stop the value train here. I don't think Kasmina's that good, but we also don't really have much to threaten. Or maybe we offer the threat, though. I'll send Spectre. I'm going to send Spectre at it and see if they want to put the Aerialist in the way. They got no reach, right? So let's see how attached they are to their Aerialist and then decide if we want to Onslaught. All right, then I'm going to do it.
I don't like uncertain futures.
Big feller. We could field trip Ingredient and chump it for a turn. I think I like that. Let's field trip, ramp up, Ingredient can chump, and we're still fine. And we can figure out what we want to get off the trip. What should we get? Environmental Sciences is a solid choice to get us to the guaranteed 6. What are we doing if not? Do they have anything to contain? No, they have nothing to really worry about. Like, yeah, nothing else here does that much, so let's go ahead and do that. You mean this? I got a refrigerator magnet right here. You asked, I have it. Try that trade in this chump. found the swamp anyway, so we don't have to environmental sciences this turn. We can just rise it. We could also in sciences onslaught. I like rise though. We're gonna try. They got a lot of mana and cards. Let's see if this works. I'm thinking this might not work, but we have onslaught backup plan. All right, it worked. Cool, 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 cool. And we're at enough mana now that I think, and especially with the sciences, we should just go big and get the fractal summoning. If we get a basic land off the top, we can play Pledge Mage and fire off the sciences to set up a big summoning the turn after. Hey, Jim. How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. Cool biomath plan going for Oppo there. I'm not going to block any of this. Apprentice is too good, and we're going to get on board nicely coming up. Unfortunately, can't do it in the order I want, which is Pledge Mage into Sciences for the life, but I'm going to go Sciences into Pledge Mage at least. Life total is healthy again. If they don't have removal for a 5/5, we're stable. If they do have removal for a 5/5, we're in trouble. So let's see. Busy is good, Jim. Glad you can check in when you can. You think Oppo has Mage Duel? Could be, because Mage Duel does not kill the 5/5. Barry is pretty strong. We do get a big fractal summoning next turn to reestablish board control, but with this attack, I do think we need to start trading. So I'm going to trade for a biomath, and we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We go to 7, and then we may do a smaller summoning. And yeah, I guess you're right. We shouldn't trade off at 2/2. We should just take 1 extra point of damage and keep our apprentice. Right? That's fair. So let's do that. In general, I think in terms of killing cards and not tokens, since tokens are a little more fragile, but perhaps in this situation, yes. And now we got, because I can keep up 10 the best. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can make a 4/4 and hold up 10, and it still blocks everything. So I think we do that. And just make sure we don't get screwed by the auto tapper. Yep, looks good. Yep, 10's another trigger, so we're at a virtual 9. Itchy ear. I never found my copy of Waste Not. I sold a copy of Waste Not that I put in a sleeve myself, sorted into my rack, and then boom, gone. Because me. So now I got, but I have a factory sealed set of M15. I'm just gonna crack it and list it all. That's my. I'm gonna pull the Waste Not from that, ship it, and then list the rest of it. So if you need any M15 cards, they're going up on my store soon. Yeah, this Wrangler could get things tough here. Ooh, another Pledge Mage. Maybe we take a turn with the Wrangler. Although they didn't attack into this, probably go ahead and just take out the Wrangler. Mike says 5/5, but I guess how much damage could they do in a turn with this, right? The thing is, they could get some things to trading level. Oh, it's the same one. Right. But anyway, regardless of where this Pledge Mage came from, because we only have the one, I don't want to give him a chance to make something that trades with the 4/4. So, yes, that's true, but I want to keep... I'm nervous about that. I'm going to get it. I'm going to kill it. Mike doesn't like this. I like it. We still get 10 of the pests up. And I just like that thing dead. We can also Unwilling Ingredient if we don't need the pests. I know we could have 10 up with this as well. I just didn't want this to throw any counters around. I figured we could take a turn to make sure all of these stay 3/3 or lower. Yeah, we'll go ahead and, since that just kills it, we're going to tend it and be happy we have it. Whoa, baby. This is going to be good, but it's not for us right now. We're going to Pledge Mage, Unwilling Ingredient at the end of their turn, and then Onslaught next turn, when we can attack with a Pledge Mage 2. And then this is where Onslaught is sicko with these 1/1s, because they're damned if they do, damned if they don't.
I'll turn this damn bus around. That'll end your precious little field trip pretty damn quick, huh?
Vortex Runner, Expanded Anatomy, this is all fine. We kill the runner and make life awkward for him. We even have Pledge Mage behind. Do we need to play the Swamp? Don't even need to play the Swamp. We could disguise our hand a little bit. Interesting that they paused with 1 mana. So 1 blue or green mana with a pause could be the Hexproof Archive card. It could be Draft, just a pump spell. Could be Crash Through. Could be Opt. So there's a bunch of things that could be. The worst thing for us is Snakeskin Veil. But if it is Snakeskin Veil, we find out about that right away. So let's go ahead and try taking out the runner and see what info we get from Oppo about that card. It is indeed the Veil. But they're at 8. 1, 2, they're basically dead. We still just attack with everything, right? Unless we are dead on the crackback, which I don't think we are. That's 4, 5, 6. I mean, they take 6 no matter what, right? Oh, Onslaught failed. That's right. It got countered. So hold on. Maybe I need to. Yeah. Thanks. It got countered because of that. So do we hold? I guess we just hold. That's a bummer. We could send the 5/5, but then it just trades. Do we want to trade it off, Mike? Feels like we don't want to send that. We do need to draw a spell next turn or we die. Really? Are we that? Oh yeah, with the runner, that's fair, but I mean, these aren't getting through. Why? Like this, yes. Oh yeah, because of this, right. So we got, so this is going to be a 6/6, but that's 2 swings, right? That being said, so they're not going to put the runner in the way. I got another hourglass, so I'm going to let this wind down and think it through. If I send the Pledge Mage, I'm basically trading the Pledge Mage for like a 3/3 and a 2/2, which they basically have to do, right? They can't just take it. That would be crazy, and it would be crazy to chump it as well. So then it does give us a chance to race back the other way. Yeah, I wouldn't think they would... Yeah, I guess they triple block and lose 2/2s. The point is 2 creatures, right? They lose 2 blockers. So yeah, it does set us up for a decent swing next turn, so I'm in for it. Had to kind of work out how it looks the turn after and properly assess the danger we're in, right? Yeah, we can upkeep Scry. And I guess there's things that value countered creatures, so we'll kill the Fractal. Yeah, biomath. There's things that can make this bigger that we care about, so. And we're going to put a stop. And if we're going to do that, if we're going to upkeep Scry, it leaves us with 4 mana to spend, so I'm going to go ahead and play the Swamp. Reading Rare says hold it, but I guess we could if we're going to Scry anyway. That's fair. Like, we're going to try and Scry and find a spell, in which case we play the Swamp on our turn. It doesn't really matter. I think that's generally good advice, Pablo, to not overthink that. But in this case, we thought it through, and it was like, it's correct. Like, this is a spot where it's fine to do that. I mean, it offers very little value, but it also doesn't really hurt us. Lash. Can we lash? Let's see. If we lash and they've got 3 blockers for 4, 5, 6, that's still not enough. So we got to bury that, bottom that, and hope we find ourselves an onslaught. One time, dealer. Lash number 2. Could we get both of them? I swear I put lash on the bottom. So now, can we somehow survive? I guess if we send everything... if the Pledge Mage gets us 1... Oh, hold on. Yeah, we gotta swing. We send those... Yeah, I guess we got to do that. Like, I want to make them block. Yeah, kill a bug for 2 life. I think we're, sorry, I was out of hourglasses, so I had to do that. We gained 2 by killing a pest, but now there's too much cracking back the other way, so it's all over. Ah, well. Came up a little short there. That was a tough game. But we did have, like, I think the correct line there to give ourselves 1 more draw is hold back more creatures so that I had the lash our own pest play to not lose to the unblockable. But it was just not going to get there. I mean, even if we pull off that play, think about what the landscape looks like after that dust settles. Like, great, we survived. We're at 1. We've still got a 6/6 unblockable, and not even enough to block the other stuff. Yeah, the Veil was the perfect card, right? If they don't have specifically Veil there, we win that game. I mean, the Veil, as long as they held that up, was always going to matter, because I think we really needed the Onslaught's blocking clause to get there. This is keepable with Poet's Quill. We can fetch up our land finder. If we find a green, we can even get our Inkling summoning instead. Well, we can probably do it now with the Quill and the specimens. We can eventually gonna have it all. Maybe Hunt first. I guess Quill first. Doesn't really matter. But this gives us a creature right away. This can give us a creature and let us go find yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'll do it this way. And I do want the sciences. Should have pointed the Onslaught at a different creature. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it would have given us like an extra turn, maybe. Oh, we found that anyway. I don't know, I didn't have a good reason. I think it was a mistake. But partly I want to feel like it's nice to field trip now. We can play the forest and field trip, keep it going. And a little ramp. At this point, with 6 total mana, yeah, Inkling seems good here. I'm a little tempted by the X summoning because we have so much land, but yeah, we're still on Inkling. Especially with a Quill. Throwing a Quill on an Inkling has been very good. And we can even do that all here if we want. And yeah, I think so. Yep. That's true. We can get the Fractal later. We have one more Learn spell still in hand. Yeah, I like Hunt equip. Although, maybe we equip next turn. Let's Hunt. I said Hunt equip. I meant Inkling equip. But I'm going to Hunt here. And now we can get the Fractal summoning. Yeah, if you can wait to equip on the turn you're going to attack, that's better, because then you don't invest a bunch of mana that they get to remove at sorcery speed on their turn. By waiting, you make them have instant speed that they have to keep up if they're going to blow you out. Well, it's a bummer that our flyer is a token because the Infuse would kill the Archivist but not give us our token back. That makes me want to hold for a sec and just go Professor, equip on Professor. And then we threaten on the ground with lifelink. And you like Professor hold up and fuse? I like Professor equip. But we could have Professor hold up and fuse. That's not bad either. Yeah, that's pretty good. If maybe it encourages them to attack in or something. Definitely prof. Hold on. I've lost it. There they are.
Welcome, Professor.
Do the pop quiz.
Good afternoon, Dr. Jones.
That's Professor Snape.
Give me some skin, bruv.
Yeah, we definitely are telegraphing. That's one of the problems with equipment, or one of like the drawbacks, is that when you are saving an instant and you don't equip your equipable equipment, you really telegraph that to your opponent. But it's just one of those things you accept as part of the cost of the equipment. Yeah, great choices on the Professor meme from our friend Professor Wright. Professor Wright is the creator of the Professor meme, so it's very meta meme. But well chosen. A nice cycle of Wooburg professors for sure. I just got to use it a little bit sparingly. It is long, but it's good. We could plumb and draw here. What about that? You want to plumb these away? Get some... Yeah, it also kind of explains what we were doing with the mana in a way that would hide our infuse. I'm going to do it. Oh, I know, Prof. I'm just behind in life. Seven mana this turn gives us more options again. I want to hold up the infuse, which kind of gives us 5. I'd love to disguise our... What about ingredient, sack it to Groff, and actually equip? And then we are successfully... I mean, we are still somewhat exposed with the environmental sciences, but I'm a little worried about this starting to pump stuff out. But yeah, we can, if we send this, we're basically trying to infuse the Archivist. Do you want to do that? It's just using, it's kind of a 2-for-1 against, right? Because this dies, and then we use this card. They have an instant 4/2? Oh, yeah, they do. Except does it enter tapped? Nope, it doesn't. All right, good to know, good to know. I'm going to do the Groff plan. Infuse Prof. Yeah, we could send in Prof. See what they want to do about that. I like it. I would infuse anything they want to block here. It's a telegraph, of course, because the Archivist looks like it ought to be able to eat. Yeah, that's true. Maybe I'm just setting up for the 4/3 token, I suppose. We just talked about that. Such as it is, I don't know. I mean, if there's an unofficial Going Optimal Twitch channel, I'd like to learn about it. All right, we're gonna try. Cross your fingers. I'm gonna sacrifice, and I guess I'll sacrifice the ingredient, although the ingredient has menace. It actually attacks better than a pest, but it gets us value out of the graveyard, so I'm gonna sack the ingredient. Yeah, that's a good point. True. If they had a way to blow us out, they would have blocked with the 4/5. Yeah, the pause is fully explained by Archivist, so we don't know what's going on there. This, you know, don't know if they have anything in hand at instant speed. The Archivist is a real problem. Archivist plus Quintorius is a thing a turn that we're trying to overwhelm with our ground force here. But we got a ton of removal. Well, not a ton of removal for the Archivist. We got like 4 pieces of removal for the Archivist. Love to find one of those. Containment breach for the Archivist, so that's 5. Actually, you're right, we have a lot more. Did I learn after the Archivist was already out? If so, it was a failure of imagination on my part to not see that earlier, but I think this showed up after we did all of our learning, I think. If not, it was a mistake. We should have thought about it. But I don't remember it coming up. What's up, Klonoa? Yeah, this is kind of rough, but maybe we can Pledge Mage. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 left after we do this. We could Spectre this and Spectre. Yeah, I only pulled this out to just count the mana. This was a mana counting move, so that it shows me how much I'd have after I spent. So, but the thing is, we might play the Spectre over the Pledge Mage. But I guess the Pledge Mage is fine here. I just want to get something going. Yeah, exactly. Like, drawing for an answer maybe is where we start. I like that. Let's draw first, because we can still Pledge Mage. Hey, great call. And look at that. We got our answer, and I think we actually take out Quintorius, not the Archivist. Although the Archivist lets us start attacking right away. What do you think? Because they're going to do more Quintorius nonsense with the Warden. Right? And we do have, if we just find a lesson, we can kill that with... Sorry, I was out of hourglasses. And they have 2 reachers anyway, so it's not like getting rid of the 1 reach is going to get it done. Could send this, and if they want to double block it, that's fine. I like sending. Glasses is a real word. They're glasses, Hunter. Next turn, Pledge Mage, Environmental Sciences into a huge summoning into Spectre Equip Quill is likely our next handful of turns, unless we get something super sweet off the top. Nice. That's pretty good, but I don't think it changes our plan now. I'm going to go Pledge Mage, Sciences, Equip, and then we have the Onslaught coming up after that. And doesn't... Oh, it does matter if I want to get... I guess it doesn't matter because I don't care what I get. I'll do this and get a Swamp. It's fine. Probably want a Swamp anyway, with the density of black pips in our deck. And I like Equip Prof and Send. Why not? Still don't have a favorite. I guess, I mean, my favorite's an easy way to put it because it's just whatever I like. I've really liked playing Prismari is a lot of fun. I like Big Spell Prismari. It's a fun deck to draft, and it's a fun deck to play. I don't know if it's the best deck, but it's the one I have the most fun piloting. Kind of expecting to just chump with Pilgrim, which is fine. I mean, okay, well, what's going on here? Must be a -4 effect? Why would they make that block? Unless... I guess they just wanted to trade. I would have just Pilgrimed and bought back the Pilgrim. I mean, they could basically buy back Pilgrim and do that indefinitely. Have I played QD? What do you mean? Like Quandrix? I don't know what you mean by QD. Oh, Quick Draft. Yeah. Prismari is wide open in Quick Draft. Prismari especially, but Temur as a backup plan, yeah. All right, well, now we just take out the Warden with the Onslaught. We got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or 9, sorry, 9 mana. And we can go Onslaught Equip or Onslaught Spectre. I think we go Onslaught Spectre because we don't need the life. I've heard that. I've heard other people say Silver Quill, but I've never seen it wide open, and most of my opponents in Quick Draft have been Prismari, so I think the word is out on Prismari. Yeah, I'm not going to equip, I'm Spectring. That was what I was saying. And I'll still offer... Well, do we offer the Pest? Yeah, because they can't buy it back this turn. And if they're going to use that as removal, that's fine. It just gives us a replacement creature. Could we not have done both? Oh, yeah, sorry, I miscounted the math. Why? How did I do that wrong? I just... We had 10? I counted 9. Did I get lied to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... Oh, we had 10. I counted 9. Sorry. I'm going to put it on the Spectre because they're going to reduce something to memory. They might even reduce our Quill. We'll see. But I expect they're going to reduce the Pledge Mage. That's weird. I relied on... See, normally it shows you an X5 if it's above 4. And we had 1 in the middle and then 2 chunks of land, and I didn't see an X, so I thought we were at 9. Because I was like, oh, these piles are 4s, and then we got 1 in the middle. Big Fractal Summoning, or Witherbloom Medium Fractal Summoning, or kind of like move equipment onto 3/2 so that they can't just trade off here. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to go Apprentice. And then maybe we summoning anyway. Let's see what that looks like. Right on. Klonoa is a new Magic player. Just started playing last week. Welcome to the best game ever created. Yeah, I guess with 8 mana, we have a nice drain, so that's good. Like, if we didn't have anything else to do, I might be inclined to make a 4/4, but since we can drain, that sounds great. Nice. How'd you find Magic, Klonoa? Just curious. What got you into this game? Do we offer the Apprentice? I'm going to say no. We'll keep the Apprentice back. It's doing good. It's going to do some good work on the pinging. We'll send everything else, though. Oh, I didn't even see that. Did they cast that against me? Did I miss them casting this? Where did that come from? Somehow they cast Approach and I didn't even see it. What happened? Where was I? I was looking at chat, I guess. Streaming's hard, everybody. Streaming's hard. Yeah, clearly it's like it's a few it's close to the top. I'm not sure what I was doing when I missed it, but it's funny. Look, 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 look. A lot of hard things about the world. You like 6 for drain? Nah. Nah. You want to make a 3/3 and drain instead of just making a 9/9? I like making a 9/9. I suppose. But see, now they don't. Now they don't have infinite chumps. I know exactly what I'm doing. Oh, you're probably right, as you usually are, Mike. But, we got there. Oh, thanks, Hat. Totally forgot. Let's get Contorious. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, don't worry about Approach. Just ignore it completely. I'll remember next time, Hat. Maybe. Honestly, if I played every meme for every card we had, I don't think you'd ever see the battlefield. All right. Another decent looking start. I like Poet's Quill into well, hopefully we find green. If we don't find green off the top, we're going to have to get the environmental sciences. If we get green off the top, we can consider other options. Potentially getting like a pest summoning, and we can sack one to the Groff. But we did not, so I'm going to get sciences. Oh, now you show up. Well, since that showed up, we could just apprentice here. Yeah, I like getting a creature on board, so let's apprentice it up. There's your Symmetrist, but we are not on the double green for it yet. What are we going to do here? I like, we could go Sciences Equip, or Sciences Hold Up Pest. I don't think we need to hold up 10 the Pest for this, though, so I'm going to move in. It looks like they're holding up removal, though. Maybe I shouldn't equip. It just feels like they're going to pick off the attempt to equip. So I think I'm going to go Sciences and get another Forest as a place to start. So yeah, it feels like I could be walking into removal. But what are we doing if we don't? Am I just going to pass and hold up 10 the Pests and use it if they try to pick off the Apprentice? Like, that seems bad anyway. So I feel like this might not go well, but I don't have a better play. And there you go. I like that we can go Master, Hold Up, Lash. That's pretty cool. And Hat gets his meme to boot. When I find it. When I search through the 27 memes and find it. Nope, not that. Nope. Nope. No. It's not that. Nope. Nope. No. Wait. No, shut up. There it is. Found it. What's the news on Marshall? I don't know what the news is. Maybe we'll do some AMA and talking after this game, but let me focus on the game and we can chat after. All right, well, here we are again. I could hook up the Quill, but don't feel the need. This is a ton of open mana. I expect the Symmetrist is going to die, but I'm going to play the Symmetrist. I'm going to attack with the Symmetrist and then drop the Spectre. That's my plan. Yeah, we could just play an expensive Groff, but I think this is getting exiled. Yeah, another Expel. We could tend it. You want to tend that thing? Seems pretty fine to tend it, and then we can cast the Groff off of one. And still have the Lash even. I like how Bayou Groff is pretty solid in a heavy pest deck, but very, very below replacement or at or below replacement in every other deck, so that the decks that want it, the decks that can use it, end up getting it late, and it becomes a hot. You know, for the decks that want this, they're like, sweet, I got like a pick 6 power level card, pick 12, and that's good design. Like you want to put things like that in your Magic sets. You want to design cards that are designed to fall to the player's who want them and then behave like high picks down there at the bottom. All right, Prof is good. We keep this lash up forever and ever. But so far we haven't used it. And I'm going to go bigger. I'm going to put the most power down rather than the Spectre. We're about to be mono removal here.
Welcome, Professor.
To the pop quiz.
Good afternoon, Dr. Jones.
That's Professor Snape.
Give me some skin, prof.
It is nice. Hey, drawing a land is nice too. Really opens up our turn. We can Spectre and Quill, but I just like Onslaught Quill here. Or try. And I don't know. I'm feeling like we're probably going to lose the Prof again, but again, they're not showing us anything to lash, so make him have it. I mean, you could put one on a Pest, but I'm going to make him have it. Yeah, Hammer wanted to equip a Pest. I'm like, for 1 point of damage, I'm going to make him have it, Hammer. They had it, but I was going to make him. You can remember the meme. I just did it, so I'm not going to redo the meme, but I am going to redo the play. And now I will definitely equip a Pest. Yes, I will equip a Pest. Although, yeah, you could go for the ingredient, but still want to use all them. Man, Oppo with the mono removal deck. We got the right deck for it because it got all this 1-for-1 removal that is leaving us with stuff behind to keep attacking with. Wow. Well, we get to at least lash something finally. Impressive, Oppo. Impressive. I'm going to drop the ingredient and not equip, though. We're going to go ingredient over equipping. Yeah, I could have lashed our own Pest. That's a good point. Oh, it does have a non-targeted part? Yeah, that's true. It would not have fizzled it. Unreal levels of removal from Oppo. It's kind of funny. I mean, this is silly. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces of removal, and we've seen half their deck. Half their deck. 7 pieces of removal. It does have. Oh, maybe it does fizzle it, but it had a mode it could still activate. I don't know. Good call. Maybe it would have done it. Anyway, we're gonna, I guess, ingredient first and see what we find, then probably Spectre. Well, I mean, they did it intentionally because it was the right modes for the situation, but yes. All right. We've Survived 7 of your pieces of removal, Oppo. Go ahead and draw your 8th. Jeez. Boy, that's some delicate tapping. What is going on here? Oh, I guess they have Biblioplex. Yeah, they needed to splash some removal, of course. We could lash the 2/3 and swing away here, but if we put Quill... I think we just have to put Quill on the Spectre. I mean, what are you going to do? You got to make him have something here. And we can even Lash and still activate Spectre, so I'm going to go ahead and send everything and trade Lash and a Pest for the 2/3 if we can. Do we even tap Spectre? I cannot just sit here playing around more removal. I can't. Like, they're top decking. All right, I'm gonna try this. That's true. I suppose if we're just worried, like, we can just win if we play around Expel or whatever, but we're playing around 1 removal. I don't know. Yeah, I suppose you could get a all right, what is this gonna do now? I'm gonna destroy all non-land permanents. We get to drain, and then I'm gonna set an upkeep stop to are you kidding me? 7 points of pinpoint removal and then a Wrath? They only paid 4, so what do we get? Oh. Why did they do it that way? Do they not have the mana? Oh, okay, they didn't have quad white. They're just doing what they can. All right, they just did what they had to do. I thought we were like, oh, they had it, but no, it was good for us. Oh, I should have drained. Sorry, I got so distracted by the fact that we were keeping them. I just got distracted, but the scry is okay. Not going to scry now, though we have stuff to do. Ooh, that's nice as well. So, Spectre, Quill, Hold, Vitality. Could go Quill, you know, play a summoning or something, but... So this is interesting. What are we playing around here? I can't play around another Wrath, right? So I should probably just get a get creatures. Summoning, or one of these summonings that we can play right now. And I like the air summoning. I'm going to go for the Inkling. We have the ability to cast it, right? Yep, Inkling. And I'm going to play it. You say Inkling hold? I like Inkling play. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna make them like they're top decking. I mean, they have this. That helps. That helps. Mike wants Infuse up. Maybe I'm being more aggressive than I need to be, but darn it, like they're top decking. I'm gonna make him do it. I'm gonna make him get there. Revitalize is something, but they're kind of wheel spinning. Now we have the vitality up. That feels great. I should have put a scry up, but I'll put a stop for next time. And then gonna Quill up on the token. And again, I'm not gonna play around Expel. Yeah, we're gonna drain anyway, you're right. Anytime we could scry, we can just drain, basically. What did they play for red? Lorehold Command. Interesting that I can't. Surprised they're splashing just for the command. This deck looks so solid. But we weathered the removal, but only because so many of our creatures produced 2. Those pests were huge. Disagree, Retro Rocket. Lorehold Command is good, but calling it the biggest bomb in the format is going to get you the hyperboles called on you around here. That is not the biggest bomb in the format, not even close to the biggest bomb in the format. Maybe that's hyperbole, though. It might be up there, but it's not the biggest bomb in the format. Deck looked great. Oppo's deck looked great. We just had the right matchup for it because we squeezed out enough extra random annoying creatures to get the damage through. Keeping this. A little slow. We could get out of the gate slow, but with this perfect mana, all we need is early action. That's all we're asking of the deck, so I'm fine with this. Thanks, Normal. Catch you later. It's one of our
Welcome,
profs.
Professor.
To the pop quiz.
Good afternoon, Dr. Jones.
That's Professor Snape.
Give me some skin, prof.
Hey, look, we got a 2-drop. Kind of. Sort of. All right, deck, how about something for turn 3, please? Although if Oppo is going to spend 2 on sciences, that's not bad for our slow starting hand. And it is still a slow starter. We're not going to do anything until 4. So hopefully the slow start is not too punishing. All I asked of the deck was some low drops. It failed to deliver, but Oppo not applying a ton of pressure yet. So hopefully we can fade this. I like the mascot exhibition just because you get like 2 to 5 copies of it whenever you need them. But Blot Out the Sky seems... Yeah, Blot Out the Sky is awfully good. Yeah, we'll go Symmetrist here, make him have some removal. That was too bad, but we're just going to keep piling on big stuff and hope it holds. It does not hold. I'm just gonna groff for full price. Just gonna keep throwing dudes out here. I don't want to use any of this on a prof. If I can help it. If we're desperate, we will, but hopefully we stabilize without needing to use premium removal on a 2-drop that's already done its work.
Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet.
Well, now maybe we got to start doing some stuff. I don't want to use Rise because it leaves us without an Infuse. But we probably just have to Onslaught an Inkling now, unfortunately, and stay back. Arrogant Poet at least damages them to attack. That's going to be good for some damage. A lot of learning over there from Silvos. Tough to overcome all these extra spells Oppo is getting. If we draw a land, we get Rise plus our own Infuse still up. Although Introduction says that doesn't matter. We can't infuse successfully against an Introduction. And it looks like they're setting up to stop us from having blocks next turn either. Could infuse ambush? What do you mean? I don't get what you mean. Yeah, if we rise the 5/5, we can at least... yeah, because the Infuse is no longer worth holding up because they've got the Introduction. We need the 5/5 dead. We're going to go to 4, and then we need to stop the Arrogant Poet. So I'm going to rise and get the Inkling summoning. Why is it not worth holding up? Because we know they have an answer to our one creature that does not get solved by the Infuse. So I'm getting the Inkling so we can block the Poet after they get rid of our Groff. And then we can Onslaught the Symbology and play a Summoning to try and stop the Poet. See if that's enough. Boy, Oppo with all the learn, it's just tough. I thought this card was so medium when I first saw it, and now it's like, no, they're all good. They're all good. Although they're going into Expanded Anatomy is all right, if that's their choice for the turn, because we can Onslaught that. And now, oh, so close. I guess we could Onslaught and Summoning. That gives us another blocker, so that's fine. Yeah, it's not even the priority, but it's still good, right? The cram. It's not the one you, quote, want. Now, we can go ahead and attack with the Groff. If they want to use their Annihilation on the Inkling, that's fine. So let's send. I mean, there are worlds in which they do 2 with the Prof and 2 with something else and kill us, but I'm going to make them have that. They could do draw 2. Yeah, I know. We're dead to stuff, but I'm gonna make them have it. We gotta get them dead too, or we're just gonna give them too many extra draws. All right, now we get Onslaught on the Prof and hold up Vitality for this stuff going on here. Would love to play the Zoomancy, but not this turn. I want to hold up... Oh, no, we still have the Annihilation to deal with, so I am going to go Mage Hunter and Zoomancy. Then we have something to trade off with the rank with the Warsinger. I'm not even going to attack this time, because I need 2 blockers to make sure one of them is around for the Warsinger. But gotta get rid of the flyer, or we're just dying to that, right? I'm a little bit like Pablo. The 17 lands data is super interesting, but I also worry that it's very difficult to read that information. And I think people can... it's easy to misread and misapply that info. I'm not saying you are Retro Rocket. I'm saying that's why I get nervous about putting too much stake into it, though. All right, now we've got enough. Well, we still need the big blockers because of the trample factor, so I'm going to play Witherbloom and pass. You like swing Pest? Why are we swinging Pest? Because of it. Oh, yeah, because we can death touch it? Sure, that's fine. Yeah, I like it. Now, if we attack with the problem with attacking with anything, any of these two, we attack with one, they take it, they exile the other, and leave us with nothing good to deal with this Warsinger. So Mike is right. We can send the Pest, because why not? They shouldn't block. I'd be amazed if they do. I mean, we're telegraphing what we have, but it doesn't really matter. All right. Infuse with Vitality face up. What are you going to do about it? I'm going to go ahead and put the upkeep stop on in case we want to double scry here. Because we can scry and still have infuse up. Hello! So now we're going to... Oh, it enters tapped. So unfortunately they're going to get an attack in with this and we're just dead. But we're not dead because we get 2 life. But we do have to... I'm going to save the Zoomancy. Oh, it'll make a token that we can at least chump with and save 1 point of life. We might not even chump. Let's see what that gets them here. So, X, mana value X. So they can get a 3-drop back, which would be the Glyph Weaver at least. Question is there a 4? Like, if we let them get in, they can get Combat Professor, which is worse for us. Although, frankly, Poet is pretty good too, because it's a flyer. So we're going to chump to make sure, but I don't want to let him have combat prof, so we're going to give him a 3-drop or lower. Yeah, Symbology is also excellent, but at least this keeps him off Combat Professor, which I think I would take if I were them, if we gave them the chance. With Annihilation up there. So, what's the plan now? If I scry, we have 3 mana with which to work. And 3 mana doesn't get us anything that gets us out of this, so we cannot scry. Although we do have Lash. We could go digging for a Lash on the Poet. That would be the only reason. Yeah, they do have removal for the Prof. So, yeah, Lash isn't even good enough, right? So let's draw. I think this is slipping away from us, gang. Unless the removal on the Professor gives us an instant that we can cast. Like, what instant are we hoping to get off of the removal? Crushing Disappointment, Tend to Pests, Plumb the Forbidden. That's all that's there. Or Lash. It's really looking grim for us. I don't think we're going to win this one, gang. But we're still just mostly.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Mike says we're dead. Are we dead, straight up dead right now? Can't win on board dead? Or just, well, now we're basically dead, yeah. All right, I'm going to give it up. We can't deal with 2 removal anyway. New Brew says we were just straight up dead on board. I didn't see dead on board, but we sure looked dead long term. And then we were immediately dead short term. Got 5 wins, though. I didn't give you a profit dance. We are profitable here. Let's celebrate that, at least. Yeah, learn lesson is something I wanted to talk about, too. Maybe I'll do... Let's see, what time is it? I'll do the... Let's finish this event, and I'll hit on some AMAs. But maybe I'll just speak to this right now. A Dark Star called out, or was it? Yeah, loving the new learn lesson mechanic. So, been thinking a lot about learn lesson because this set is one of the early sets in which Wizards had full vision of the future of best of one in Arena. As they were starting development of the set, you know, or starting design of the set. Oh, this is an easy keep. So this is really one of the first sets where it was conceived of from the very beginning with the thought that best of one was going to be a major concern for the future of Magic. So I really think lesson and learn. I would like to talk to my former colleagues at Wizards and see if this is the case, or maybe Mark has written about it. I don't read everything Mark writes like I used to, but it feels like this was a deliberate solution arrived at to be a flavorful mechanic for a college setting, but that is a best of one mechanic. It's a really strong best of one mechanic. And it's one of the reasons I really like best of one in this set. The lesson learn dynamic in this set gives best of one a sideboarding feel that I think is excellent. What's not excellent here is that we did not come up with something else to do with our mana, but I was talking during the draft about how turn 3 would often be a 2-drop plus a lash. Unfortunately, we didn't get the 2-drop, but I'm going to go ahead and use the lash here. And so I just wanted to hat tip to the design team for figuring out a nice best of one mechanic, a really nice best of one mechanic. And I wonder if they're going to dip into this design space in the future, find other mechanics or ways that you dig into your sideboard for action. Speaking of action, we're going to go, of course, get our environmental sciences since we can't seem to find our 4th land. It wasn't something created especially for it. It just worked out perfectly for it. That happens too. Sometimes you're just like, oh, look, it worked out. I'm surprised, though, because it is so perfect for best of one. It really felt to me like it was a stab at a best of one mechanic. Sometimes you get lucky, and sounds like, in a sense, Wizards did there. I'm going to do that. Hook up the Quill. Try to untap and get back in this. Although we're technically ahead, it just doesn't feel like it. Now what? All this open mana, I don't trust it for a second. I'm going to start with an attack, and then we'll decide what to do after that. Could make a case for Crushing Disappointment to look for a 5th land. And one final, I say final, this is nerve-wracking mana open. So, what do you like? If we disappoint, we could be disappointed by those results. I think I just like Spectre to max the mana. See if they counter it, they counter it. But if they don't, we have a night. Although that's a good reason. Like if we are afraid that they're going to counter this, we might really want the Spectre for these tricksters. And we could go for a Crushing Disappointment at the end of their turn. But if we're going to do that, I should just do it now. You know what? I'm going to look for a land. I'm I'm going to look for land and not risk the Spectre into the open mana is really where I'm at. Boy, we missed on the land, but at least we don't have to discard, I guess. And hey, if they're spending their turn scrying, that's not bad for us either. Grignus here. Who knew about that? I like, I was going to lash up in the air, but we can lash the Ignis and get in for lifelink, and that's fine. I'm going to do that, and then drop a Poet. Or maybe a Pledge Mage first. I'll just go Pledge Mage Lash. Let's try that. You like swing first? I want to clear it out of the way. And not even give him a chance to block or do anything like that. I don't know. What's your reasoning on swing first, Mike? Give him a chance to chump or something? I don't know. More information? Well, that worked out. Mike liked a different line, but looks like it was all going to lead to the same result. All right, full count, 6-2. Looking for a trophy. We'll see what we can do. All right, we want a little bit of different action for 2 if we can make requests, but I'm not throwing this back. A fine start. Little mana heavy. Trade a swamp for like any spell in our deck and we'd be thrilled. All right, deck. No more mana for now, please. You can give us some a little bit later, but we are good for now, thanks. We want action, please. Action, deck. 2 or 3 mana spell that we'd love to cast would be awesome to see off the top. We just don't have many 3s, that's why I named 2s. I'll take a 2 deck. Lash is better than a land, I suppose, but want some more pressure, if we can find it somewhere, some way. Good to see Oppo not doing anything on 2 at least. Although generally you're happy to see that when you're applying pressure. If you're not applying pressure, them not doing anything on 2 is more like, well, they're just going to do more powerful stuff later. I'm going to go ahead and lash that. Although I guess we could just... no, they can't block it anyway. I'm going to lash. It's a sad thing to lash, but... I like using my mana and doing something here. Keeping that off the board is reasonable. If not incredible. Poet's Quill, pretty incredible. And I'm going to go ahead and cast it and hook it up here. And we want a summoning. And I guess we just want the air summoning. Inkling it is. Unless we know something coming up. No, Inkling seems good. Yeah, this makes it a real creature, right? Now they might have to use removal on a thing that draws us a card if it dies. I like that. Build a Killian, very well played. Can I get the discount on targeted spells, though? Can I please pay 2 mana for my Mage Hunter's Onslaught? Jeez, Killian is busted. Killian is so good, I'm going to give you a meme just because we're talking about Killian. they go for a expel, or this is effectively an expel, I'm going to go ahead and tend the pests. It's not super exciting, but it draws us a card effectively, so I'm going to do it. Because they're exiling it. If this was just going to die, I'd let it happen, but they're going to exile it and deny us the draw. This keeps us gives us our draw. Oh, is it power? I thought it was mana value anyway, so nice that we get an extra token. I'm going to go with the summoning, though. No need to draw when I have action that's pressure. Maybe they forgot. Sometimes you see this and just think in terms of creature removal, but I think you're right. I would have targeted the Poet's Quill as well. All right, we're gonna go ahead and pay the cost and then equip and get some of that life right back. In fact, all of it right back. Thank you, Poker Brox. Haven't heard that sound in a while. Bring out your bits. Oh, I wanted to talk about Ward as well, because Luis and Marshall were talking about how they think Hexproof is dead. Hexproof is dead, replaced by Ward. I don't think that's the case. I think Hexproof is dead on permanence. We are no longer going to see creatures with Hexproof. We're no longer going to see permanence with Hexproof. But I believe that we will still see spells that say Hexproof, because Hexproof on an instant until end of turn is a fine mechanic. Like, that's just a tool to give people responses to removal, right? Yeah, there's even Hexproof in this set. That's a good point. Let's go ahead and draw before we do anything. Although maybe I just want to spend 4 to draw 2 instead of 3 to draw 1. Let's start with this. Ooh, maybe I should have kept up a green, knowing that we have Pledge Mages in the deck, but it's okay. I like equip, hold up, lash anyway. All right. Let's see what they learn. Containment Breach for the Quill. Maybe that's why they didn't bother exiling it with that spell. They knew they could eventually get it with a sideboard card. I don't know if we lash that. I probably, let's see what we find. With another lash, I guess we do. We can go Pledge Mage. We can go Pledge Mage, Unwilling Ingredient, and still have the lash. Although I should just Unwilling Ingredient at end of turn, because we literally would not be able to do anything else anyway. Except, I guess we haven't played a land. That would be the only thing. But I'm going to represent I'll keep the other lash in hand. Might lash our mage next turn for the win. Oh, what a draw. Easy game when you're me. Do we go for it? I think we go for the win. Let's go for it. Oh, yeah. I didn't do a poll on this one. I don't know if anybody had 7. I wouldn't have called this a 7-win deck, but I'll take it. We got the trophy. All you got to do is draw your removal. Tell that to the Oppo who had 8 removal and a Wrath and still didn't win, huh? All right, another profit celebration. Max profit! Fair point, Gidanmore. We could have controlled the board for a couple more turns at least. Couple more turns at least. All right, well, worked out. We got that Quill hookup on the pass. We got a Pack 2, Pick 2 Quill that was somewhat MVP-ish, but really the MVP was the removal density. The lashes came in handy, but the onslaughts were critical. We had 3 onslaughts, and the Slaughterhouse 3 deck name lived up to the billing because really many of our wins came down to having onslaught at the right time. And yeah, I am. It was a rating where I am in it. It was a confusion between Ryan Spain and Ryan Sachs in the signups, but I am in. So we're gonna see you there later. Right, YouTube friends, that should be the next thing after this video. Look for a Sweatsuit Invitational video coming up. Although, last week I Sweatsuit Invitational and bombed out in 2 games and it wasn't really that great. So I didn't bother putting up last week's because it just wasn't very good TV, I didn't think. But hopefully we'll make some good TV this week, and you'll see a Sweatsuit Invitational video up after this one, YouTube friends. But I'm going to say goodbye and thank you for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed the trophy run there. That was pretty fun. See you next time.